Hello all, welcome to my session on Spring. So, as part of this, we'll be going to see the first topic that is Kafka setup. So, in this tutorials, we'll be gonna cover the series onto the Spring Kafka. That is a project Spring has started. But before that, we have to do the basic state setup of the Kafka that would be used with the Spring Kafka project. So first, what and why is a Kafka? So Kafka is kind of used to build a real-time data pipelines, and it is further used for the streaming of the data. So for example, one app is sending some messages and other few apps are listening to it. So it can be used as a messaging bus where the other apps can easily stream a data in real time, and this main advantage is that it is open source, it is horizontally scalable, it is a fault tolerant, weak, fast, and runs in production in 1,000 companies as of now. So there are lot many concepts into the Kafkas like partition, brokers, so that will help you to um, kind of scale it and even make it a fault tolerant. So that we'll see into the Spring Kafka tutorial in detail. So first onto the setup. The first step is that download a jar. So how you will download it? I've given the URL here on this. So go to that URL. Once you will go to that URL, there is a Kafka TZ file. You can download it, then unzip it. So I have unzipped it into my local folder, that is a D drive that I would be using. So in D drive, I would be just kind of unzipped it so that I will show to you here. So in D drive, I have unzipped it as a Spring Kafka, and then in Kafka it is having the tgz file, and I have just unzipped it, and it will be having the bin config, all of this method. Inside bin there would be a files.sh file that would be used for the Unix operating system, but here I am using a Windows, so I would be using the .bat file that is under the Windows folder. So second step here is that start a Zookeeper. So for starting a Zookeeper, I have to use this command that I have listed out here. Okay, so before that I need to start a command prompt. I need to go to that directory D drive cd spring kafka. Okay, cd kafka, and then dir. I have to go to the cd bin and then cd Windows, and if I press a dir, all the .bat files are available. So for doing this, first I would be kind of just I'm copying this stuff, entire stuff, into kind of the uh, commands would be get copied into the txt file that I would be using it. First we'll need to start the Zookeeper. For Zookeeper would be having the command, this is called a zookeeper.bat. So we'll be using it here. Okay, so I'm just using it zookeeper server.bat, and then I have to give the properties file that would be under this directory D drive Kafka's config. Okay, so I'm just pasting it. Okay, just time my machine is little bit slow, but is not responding. So what I will do, I will be copying that command, then I will copy this path. Okay, here. Okay, path is also, copying is also taking some time, so just uh, wait with me. I'm just closing other stuff, so I'm just going to the directly to that path, probably D drive, then spring. It will take a more time, so just let me do the zookeeper.bat here, and then okay, then let me copy this properties directly here. Okay, so it is also not responding. I'm just copying it to the notepad plus plus entire stuff from this file. Okay, fine. So I have to create this command with the config, and the it config would be having the Zookeeper properties. A Kafka in config, there would be a Zookeeper dot properties. I am just copying this file. So basically, Zookeeper would be getting used to manage the cluster of Kafka. So Zookeeper is kind of mostly used into the Hadoop ecosystem. So it is good in managing the clustered infrastructure. So that's why it is getting used with the Kafka. So first we need to start this Zookeeper server. So I'm just starting it as a Zookeeper server. So if you see, it got started. Then as per the second step, we have to start the Kafka server. Okay, so I'm again opening another command prompt. Okay, I'm just going to that directory cd spring Kafka, cd Kafka, cd bin, cd windows. Okay, and then I'm just pasting my command and pressing a enter. So the Kafka server is now started by using the Zookeeper as a tool getting used to manage the cluster. So the second step is done. Then we have to create the topic. So here we'll be using a bootstrap server localhost 9092, and it is running on this port, and then we are creating the partition 1 with replication factor 1, and topic name is a test. Okay, so with this we are just creating another command prompt. Okay, and again going to the D drive, then cd spring Kafka. Okay, cd Kafka, cd Kafka, cd bin, cd uh, windows. Okay, then I'm pasting this command and just pressed enter. So topic test already exists, so I'm just using another topic, that is a test uh, new. Okay, because last time I had just created this test topic, so it is not allowing me to create it. So test new topic got created. Now we have to check that how many topics are available with this. So I'm just uh, doing the list of that with this command. So if you see that already test and test new is available, and with the test which I have already created, though I have stopped the server, but it got stored with it. So you can be get to know that how much fault tolerant it is. If your server or cluster get down, the data would be always there and you can listen to it. So for sending a messages, I would be using this Kafka console producer bat utility that they have already provided, and you can use the localhost 9092, that is the local Kafka server detail. So I'm just using it, just putting it here and pressing enter. So here it is giving me the prompt to press messages. So I will type it, but before that we'll start the consumer with the Kafka consumable consumer bat. Will give again the server detail, and from beginning means it will start reading the messages from the starting. So test topic was already created, so we will be using the same topic which is there, which we have seen here, test and test new, but we'll be using the old one which are already there. Again I will create another command prompt. I will go to this D drive, then kind of what are the folder will be having spring. Okay, D drive, cd spring Kafka, then cd Kafka, cd bin, cd windows. Okay, and it would be having all the files if whatever you would be needed. And then I am just pasting my command for the consumer, and the consumer console would get started here. So last time I have published two messages, test and hello all. It got displayed here. Okay, Then I'm also you opening the kind of the producer. If you see that on, let me take it at the left hand side. So, and on right hand side it would be a kind of consumer. So here I am typing that hello all, I am publishing message. Okay, so if you see I have published it, and here it is also received it onto the right hand side window. So that means immediately if I type anything, okay, and if I publish it, it would get published here. I am just printing 1 2 3 4, okay, all got received here. So I'm just closing the consumer once again, okay, and again I am starting it as a new command prompt, right? So again I have to go to that directory. That is little bit tedious, but that is just we are using it with the command prompt. That's why with the code that should not be a case actually. Okay, cd pen cd windows. So I'm just typing that command once again. So I'm using the from beginning. So if you see once again, when I will enter that command, it will start displaying all the messages which were already we have added, like 1 2 3 4. Okay, so if you see the all the message got received, that means the, all the messages got persist, and even your cluster or all the servers are down, you when you restart it, you can receive the all the messages which were there. Even I can terminate it if you don't want it. Okay, and if okay, so this is how you can listen to the messages. And if you want to the new messages, here I have just removed the from beginning. I'm just entering the new message here. Okay, only that is will get accepted by the new consumer, so it is not listening from the beginning. So you can remove that from beginning, and you will get the messages which is just got published by the uh, producer. So this is on to the setup of the Kafka. So this is how you can set up your Kafka, and you can start with the Spring Kafka that we'll cover into the next session. So thank you so much for listening, mate. Please subscribe to my channel, and please click on a bell icon so you'll get the latest update onto the videos. Thank you so much once again.